All right, we are continuing with Onshape Part Studios. I don't know what I was thinking with the layout last time. I'm going to see if I can do a better job this time. But we're going to jump right in where you should, just a reminder, you should be working in your folder. So I'm working out of my folder in my Part Studio, and I'm going to create a new document in here. But before we do that, I'm going to launch up the Learning Center. And I'm going to go ahead and make this full screen here. You're going to click here. We've finished this. We started this, and we are jumping ahead to the next piece in the control arm. So we left off here, and oops, I'm sorry, we left off right here. Oh, we were supposed to check the mass of it. I guess we could do that if we wanted to, but I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the next part. All right, so this is going to get us into Revolve, and there are some videos, as I mentioned before. If you watch through these videos, it's going to explain the Revolve feature to you. You're going to be drawing a sketch, and then draw a sketch, an axis of rotation, revolve your part. All right, I'm going to let you watch these at your own pace, and we're going to jump right into creating this part. All right, so they want us to start a new part. Let's see. In this case, the units are going to be in inches. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to jump back to Parts, Create, New Document. What is this called? Reducer Coupling. All right. What do we call it? Coupling. All right. All right, and it's in our Part Studios folder. I'm going to go ahead and hit Create and make sure our units are set to inches. So under here, Workspace Units, we're set to inches, which is the default for mine. By the way, if yours are not set up that way, you could go to your account and go to your preferences, and down here these are the default preferences. And I think I mentioned this once before. I like to have my mouse control set up to SolidWorks because I'm jumping back and forth between those two programs. So let's go back to my part, and let's take a look at what's next. All right, so we've got this set. All right, and they're going to have us start by drawing this. So I'm going to have you go ahead and put this where you want on your screen. I'm going to put it off my screen so that you can take advantage of my full screen here while we're zooming in on the video. So I think this probably makes more sense for you. So they want us to create a sketch on the right plane, and we're going to make sure we do the right plane because as we move forward on this project, we won't be able to follow along. I always like to right click and look normal to my sketch plane, and we're going to start by drawing a series of concentric circles. And again, we're going to incorporate our origin. Click once, go ahead and type the first value in. That's a 6-inch circle. Click on that origin again, click again, we have a 2-inch circle. The next circle that we make is for construction. Whoops. And that one is a 4.75 radius. I'm going to escape for a minute, click on that and make it for construction. And now we need to make a series of circles that are 5/8 of an inch. So I'm going to click that circle command. I'm going to hover right at this 12 o'clock position and .625, and I'm going to change that to not a construction line. Now you'll notice that mine is black, and the reason it's black is if I hover over this point, you can see that it's both coincident with this circle that's defined, and it is, if I hover over that again, and it's vertical over the origin. We're going to do the same thing with 3 more circles, although this one is going to be horizontal and coincident, and I'm not going to worry about size. This one's going to be vertical and coincident. This one's going to be horizontal and coincident, and then I'm going to select all of these and select this one and make them all equal, and because this one was defined, these are all defined as well. We're going to jump to our extrude. So we're going to get out of this sketch, jump to extrude. We can select the sketch, and then we are going to give it a depth of 0.62. Okay. I was following along with this. The next slide is going to have us draw this part. Now this is where it gets a little bit confusing. We're going to create a sketch on the front plane, and we're going to use existing geometry to convert the edge of our sketch, which is this guy right here. Let me just make this a little bigger so you can maybe follow along. But we're using the disk that we created, and we're using this existing geometry, this orange circle, to create this line right here. All right, that's going to be this line, and so let's go ahead and do that. All right. Get that out of the way. Make a new sketch on, was it the front plane? Yes. All right. So sketch, front plane. I'm not going to go normal to that yet, because I want to come up here, and if you can't find, this is the use. I'm going to select that guy and select that orange, and now notice I have a line there, but I want that for construction. So I'm going to switch to for construction. We're now going to go in here and draw all the rest of this. You'll notice that these two lines are parallel. I've got some dimensions to throw in there. I need to put this axis of revolution there. So yeah, let's jump to it. So I'm going to look normal to my sketch. Now my disk is kind of in the way, so if I come down here and turn that part off, it's going to make it a little bit easier for me to go ahead and draw this now. So I'm going to start by drawing a construction line from my origin out some distance here, making sure that it's level. And then I'm going to draw these two parallel lines. So I'm going to grab the line command, come out here, draw a vertical line, another line that is parallel to this one. Notice I'm getting that parallel, and I'm going to have it, notice I'm getting inference here, so I'm going to go right over that guy, connect that. All right, let's grab our dimension tool, or you can just click D, and this dimension from here to here, but I want to go below the line because it's a diameter, is 2.625, and then I want to select this vertical line and this vertical line, and that dimension is 4.625, and what's left is the height of this guy, which is 3.75. And if I select that construction line right here and go below it, it'll give me that diameter dimension. So I'm going to keep my dimension tool, select this construction line, select that point, go below the line, and go ahead and put my value of 3.75. All right, notice I'm fully defined now, and what does it say next? I'm fully defined. Next, we're going to use the revolve, and we want to pick the add because we want it to add to the existing disk that we created. So let's come up here and exit out of this. We can select our sketch and come up here to revolve. It's asking for an axis. That's going to be this guy. Whoops. Got to click in there first. There we go. Click in this, select that. All right, we're going to turn this part back on, and we're going to make sure we hit the add. Notice it's gray right now. If I switch to add, it will be the same color as the existing part, and we are good with that. What's next? Okay, sketch for the second flange. So again, we're going to use that surface as our sketch plane for the next sketch, and then we're going to draw this flange on there. All right, so sketch, select that guy. I'm going to right click and hit normal 2. Grab my circle command and one click, and this dimension is 7.5, excuse me. Notice I goofed and I didn't click on my origin, so I'm going to come in here and fix that right away. I hit the escape key, select that, and hit coincident, and now everything is dark. Grab my circle command. This time it's going to be for construction. This one is 6 inches. And we have some 3/4 inch holes that are also going to be at that 12 o'clock position. So I'm going to grab this guy, one right above my origin. Oops, make that not for construction. Give that a dimension. That's supposed to be 3/4 inch. And let's go make the rest of these. Notice I'm getting that reference to the origin. So I've got it coincident and horizontal, coincident and vertical. Whoops. Coincident and horizontal. Then I can come back in and just select all those guys. I can select those by going like that. Click that and that, make them all equal. And I think that takes care of that sketch. It's fully defined. All right. And then we're going to extrude this one 3/4 inch. We're also going to add it to the part. And we're going to rename it, rename the part to reducer coupling, and then see if our volume matches. Okay, so get out of here, select my sketch, go to extrude, hit add, 3/4 inch, make sure I'm going in the right direction. Oops, I forgot to bring that circle in there, so I made a mistake. Let me go back. I forgot to use that existing circle as part of my sketch, so let's go fix that. I'm going to hit OK here, and I'm going to go back to this sketch, and I'm going to hit use, and I'm going to select that and hit OK, and notice that it fixed my sketch for me. So Onshape's pretty smart. All right, next up we are going to rename this to the same thing as our document. Oops. And then we're going to go check our volume, and our volume is 53.932. Let's see if we pass the test. 53.932. Hey, all right. And we're on to the next one. I'm going to stop this video and we will continue with the next lesson.